Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. This is CJ's Drop on Life. Just here with another short video, shorter than what I usually make. But I'm gonna name this video "Happy Wife, Happy Life." Me and my wife this November will be going on 35 years of marriage, and over time I've learned to listen to her. For you young guys out there, if you're watching, any young people out there watching, you're just got married and you're maybe a couple years into it, always listen to your wife. That's what you should do. Always listen to your wife. And because usually she's always right. It's the male with a thick head and the wife with a reasonable head. So, anyways, I was outside power washing the house. And for some reason, I was sitting here power washing the house. And for some reason, the water felt hot coming out. Like, why is the water hot coming out for, Thinking to myself. And so just had a reaction, stupid reaction, very dumb reaction. I put my hand in front of the power washer. Well, mind you, I have a 36 PSI DeWalt power washer. Very, very strong power washer. And, of course, on your house, you don't use a certain sprayer so you don't screw your siding up. I got siding on my house, so I don't screw it up. Anyways, so I stick my hand in front of the power washer, and it cuts my left index finger immediately. I mean, just boom, nails it. And it was like I got stung by a bunch of hornets or something, yellow jackets or something. So I'm sitting there, and I pull my hand away instantly, and my finger just swells right up. Finger swells right up. I'm bleeding all over the place. And I go in the house, and she goes, "What's wrong? What'd you do?" Because she sees all the blood. And I'm like, "Well, I stuck my hand in front of the power washer. Don't know why I did that for, but I did, And she goes, "Oh my God, what'd you?" I said, "I don't know why I did it for. I just did, I stuck my hand in front of the power wash because I thought the wire was hot." And so we go in and clean it out. Let's find out how deep it is. It's pretty deep. So she's thinking, well, I heard some nerves or some tendons in my finger, because it was so deep. And so get it all cleaned up, put a couple Band-Aids on. I was bleeding right through the Band-Aids, So she goes, "You got to go there. You got to go to the emergency room. Get that looked at." And I said, "Why do I got to go to the emergency room for? I'm all right." I tried pulling a John Wayne on her, saying, "I'm all right. I got to go to the doctors or emergency care or anything, urgent care. I'm all right. Just put a couple Band-Aids on. I'll be all right in the morning, So we're sitting there going back and forth. It kind of reminded me of the John Wayne movie, Two Mules for Sister Sarah. They're arguing with Sister Sarah. And so anyways, I, I'm going back and forth for about 5 minutes, and she looks it up on Google, and she goes, "It says on Google here, if you were ever to cut yourself with a power washer, you need to go to urgent care because you could have ripped some tendons or some nerves in your finger. And, if you don't get looked at, it could get infected, and you might have to have your finger amputated." So I'm like, all right. I'll go. I'm not going to argue with you anymore. I'll just go to the urgent care. This is a Sunday, by the way, and I sure in the heck don't want to go to the emergency room in the hospital. So we find the urgent care. First one we seen was closed. So the second one we go to is open. No cars in the parking lot. That's a good sign. So we go into the urgent care, and there's no one in there. We're the only ones in there. So I go up to the window, and I wait about, I don't know, three minutes or so, and they call me back. And I tell her what's going on. My finger's bleeding. I cut myself with a power washer, And so she goes, "Okay, let's go in this room here." So she sends me a different room. She gets out a big bowl of betadine. I think it's called betadine. I told her, I said, "It's not mercurochrome, is it? Because remember when you were a kid and you used to cut yourself, and your mom used to go, 'Okay, here's some mercurochrome. Let's put that on,' and that hurt worse than the damn pain you were going through, So by this time, my hand's swelling up. My finger's like 3 times bigger than what it's supposed to be compared to my other hand, and my hand's just starting to swell almost down to my wrist, and so she soaks my hand in this betadine, and doctor comes in and looks at it, and she looks to see how deep it is. She goes, "Well, I don't think you hit any nerves or anything." You know, I don't think you hit any tendons or nothing like that. It's pretty deep, but I don't see that you hit anything. You know, it's wide open. It's split open, big time. And she goes, I don't think you're gonna need stitches either. I'm like, cool, you know. So she gives me a prescription for some antibiotic pills, and puts a band-aid on me. She goes, I think you'll be all right, you know. She goes, just keep it dry and keep it clean and change the band-aids periodically, and you know, and take 2 of these pills a day. So I'm like, okay, cool, you know. So we go walking out, and I didn't even say. I was gonna say, but I knew better than to say, see, I told you so. Because you don't tell your wife that. Well, like I said, we've been married going on 35 years in November. And I don't say that anymore because it doesn't work. You know, she just gives you one of those looks, the glares, you know, that a wife does, you know. So I try not to say that anymore. I don't say it anymore. I try not to, you know. But anyways, so I was telling her, I said, I don't know why the water was coming out hot. Otherwise, I wouldn't have put my hand in front of it, you know. She's like, well, hey, she didn't call me dummy, but pretty much, I knew what she was thinking. Hey, dummy, yeah, you left your gun out in the sun. That's why it was hot for. The water got hot and the gun and the hose got hot. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense, you know. So the moral of the story is, happy wife, happy life, like I'm going to name this. And don't argue with your wife, because she's always right. You know, no matter what, she's always right. And they prove that time and time again. If you're married, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're newly married, just go with it and listen to your wife. That's the best thing to do. It's the best advice I can give you if you're a young man and you just got married. Listen to your wife. Because it does no good to try to prove her wrong or try to talk her out of something. All right, I know this is kind of a different video, but I just wanted to say that. And, you know, going on 35 years, it seems like, I always tell her, 35 years, I said, it seems like longer, you know. Oh, a little inside joke. And we got married on November 30th, so I always say, when she goes, when's our anniversary? Just a teaser. I go, November 31st, because there is no November 31st. It only goes up to 30 days. So I'll say the 31st instead of a little inside joke. But anyways, guys, that's kind of the video for today. You know, I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, if you're the first time here, thank you for stopping by. I want to see you again. Keep on coming by. This channel's here. I just try to make a couple videos a week. I try to drop my Monday and Friday, but it doesn't always happen that way. But keep on stopping by. And those people that keep on coming by, thank you very much for supporting my channel. And I appreciate each and every one of you. So everybody out there, have a great and blessed day. And thank you for stopping by. See you later. Bye-bye.